Hello, I'm Terrel Platt with the CattleFax Closing Bell. Today's Closing Bell is sponsored by the American Gelbvieh Association. Beef exports in June were down 14% from a year ago, as exports continue to slow due to tighter domestic supplies and higher prices. In the first half of the year, exports are down 11% from a year ago. Decreased shipments to Japan have been a key driver of the reduced export tonnage this year. Exports to Japan dropped sharply in the second quarter as higher-priced U.S. product have competed with strong Australian production. June shipments to Japan did pick up from the previous 2 months, but remained 27% below year-ago levels. Year-to-date, exports to both South Korea and China are also below the 2022 pace, but tracking closer to year-ago than Japan. Signs of economic headwinds stirring in China will be a factor to watch for indications of further declines in exports in the second half of 2023. 2023 exports are expected to slow by 8% when compared to 2022, primarily as a function of decreased U.S. production, stronger Australian production, and higher domestic prices. U.S. beef imports are up close to 1% from a year ago, as reduced beef cow slaughter, coupled with relatively strong domestic 90s market, pulls in more lean product to fill the gap. Imports are forecast to grow 3 to 5% from 2022, with increased shipments from Australia and New Zealand making up the bulk of the year-over-year increase. Imports are forecast to grow this year and the next several years, alongside decreased export tonnage, as domestic production declines. Yet, the changes in the balance of trade are not expected to offset the coming declines in domestic production. This will lead to decreased per capita supplies, likely into 2026. The tighter supply dynamic is expected to remain supportive to cattle and beef prices as the remainder of the cycle unfolds. Turning to this week's markets, moderate trade has occurred in the north, mainly at 188 live and primarily 295 dressed, both steady with last week. At the time of recording, no test has occurred in the south, but trade is expected to occur around 180 to 181 live, which would be steady to $1 higher than last week. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.